Woohoo! Oh my god, that air! Hello everybody, it is Yolt here and welcome back to another scrap mechanic video, and today we are going to be looking at a bunch of cars. Woo! Our first car here is called the Porsche GT3 or something. I don't know car names, but you're probably already noticing something quite weird. All of the angles of these blocks and whatnot around it, the tires, the spoiler, there's so many weird shapes on this vehicle. And that is because we are using a bunch of cool mods today. The Grego's mod, the Durf mod. There's like a bunch of mods out now that I don't even know all the names of them, but you gotta use them for these creations. And I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty cool because from what I've seen, the vehicles are crazy looking, and I think it's really cool that we, you know, spice things up a bit here on the scrap mechanic side of things. Look at new creations that integrate kind of mods and whatnot. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Okay, let's go ahead around the front and start opening up one of these doors. Ooh. We can also go ahead and open this door on this side as well, so we can get both doors open, which is super fancy. But I mean, that's the outside of this car. Looks super cool, but let's go ahead now and finally go ahead and hop in. Although, I also just noticed that there's these tiny little thin blocks on the bottom, which is really cool. Oh my god, look at this. It's just a thin little lip. I don't even know why I think that's cool, but it's kind of neat. But okay, let's go ahead, hop in this car, and we can close both the doors using 2 and 3, I guess. But we can also have 2 other buttons, which will open up the front, which I guess there's no engine, so that's cool. And we can also open up the trunk using the 4 key. So, oh, I guess the trunk is where the engine is. So that's cool. I don't really see many cars like that nowadays, but it's super awesome. But okay, you guys, you ready for this? Time to take off with our new super swaggy car. Here we go, and we're off. We might want to kind of go out of first person. This is kind of hard to see things, but this thing drives really well. That's one of my favorite things about it. Just look at this thing. Oh my god, did you just see that? I was just on 2 wheels. That was the sickest turn you've ever seen. It was so cool, dudes. Woohoo! Okay, so I just realized that we've got this tiny little jump here that I've seen a few times that generates in the world sometime. So I thought we'd go ahead and try these cars out in here. Maybe we won't even go that far so that we can try all of the cars here. But here we go, come on! No, I really thought we could do it, guys. Aw, man. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna be looking at here is actually a Corvette. So if we go ahead and drop this thing off this lift, you're already seeing this thing, and oh man, it looks just as cool as the last one, if not cooler. Now, it doesn't actually take advantage of those cool backlights, but it still looks really cool. We get a good view around of it. It still really does take a good use of the really slanted blocks. Just look at this right here. The whole bumper is super fly. I love it. Everything looks cool. But let's go ahead, open up the door. It opens up like that, and it opens up like that on the other side as well. So I'm guessing that it's going to be a pretty common theme with all these vehicles that both doors will open up. But let's go ahead now and hop on in and shut that door as well. And I believe that once again, the front and the back will both open. So there we go. This time the engine is in the front, which is cool. There we go. And actually, let's go ahead and hop out. I want to take a look at this. There's that engine. It's actually got 4 different pieces of engine in there, and they're all linked together. So that is definitely cool. I'm definitely thinking this is pretty neat. And then it can also open up the trunk by doing this, and there we go. Lots of space for you to store all of the groceries when you're coming back from the grocery store, but I don't know. Maybe you won't be coming back from the grocery store. This is a pretty nice car. Maybe you're paying people to do that. I don't know what people do with a lot of money, but there we go. That's the car now. But I want to see. I saw a little wheel in the front. I was thinking maybe if we drove. Yes! When we drive, that tiny little engine actually starts to spin. Okay, I really like that. That actually takes really close attention to detail. I think that is so cool. You can close this and you wouldn't have even known that it would spin, but he put that tiny little bit of effort in there that I think that's really cool, that tiny attention to detail. But okay, here we go. It's time to test this vehicle, see if this one can make the jump. Here we go. Yes, it kind of made it. A lot better than the last one. And you can already feel, just driving this thing around, that it actually does drive a lot faster. So I'm going to see actually if we can try and make that jump and not just barely make it. I want to actually make that jump because I think this vehicle can do it. I think so. Okay, here we go. This is going to be it. Come on, come on, come on. Holy cow! That made it like, oh my god. I did not think it was going to make it that well. It just flew over it. That was crazy. But I've been just driving around with this thing for a minute and my god, the way it just drifts. Like, look at this. Whoosh. Oh, you can see the trails from it just drifting like woohoo. I love it. This vehicle is super cool. It drives a bit better than the last one, which I really like. Hopefully the other vehicles we take a look at will drive just as good as this one, if not better, because it's driving real smooth and I really like it. Woohoo! Oh my god, that air. Ah, I love it so much. Oh, this is so cool. Whoa! Oh no, we've crashed. Who you gonna call? A tow truck. Okay, next up we got what was supposed to be a Lamborghini, but the creator said that he ended up it failed miserably, so he just made a sports car. So this thing is just called a sports car, but I don't even care because it also looks amazing. Just look at this thing. I feel like each of these vehicles just looks so cool on their own. And on the back, I actually did notice that there's a little button, which I imagine is possibly going to open the trunk. Ooh, how nifty. We got another engine in the back, I guess, which I imagine that is going to be the case, meaning that we're not going to have an engine on the front. Correct. Okay, so there's no engine in the front, but it's taken up by a lot of axles. There's not a lot of storage space in this because there's a lot of wheels in the way and whatnot, but I guess right there in the back you actually can store a little bit of stuff. But let's go ahead now and close all of these doors and whatnot. And I also did notice that right here, the first button actually, it kind of lifts up the vehicle. I guess that might have something to do with suspension. Maybe it'll give it more give if it bounces or something. But it also could just be like, heh, I got a low riding car. I don't know. Maybe. That could be it. I guess this engine is actually an electric engine because most of the other cars you could hear the gas going, but now it's got that little high pitched sound that an electric engine makes when you're driving a vehicle in this game. But I want to line up and try and make this jump with this thing too because, I think this is just the real test of a sports car in this game. You gotta be able to make the jumps. If you can't, then you're not a sports car, but there we go. It made it with flying colors. Fantastic job, sports car. Fantastic job. Whoa! Come on, come on, come on. Yes! I'm just trying to do donuts in this field and it's not working. I just want to spin in circles with this really cool looking car, but it just doesn't work at all. You think it's going and then either it flips or it doesn't turn in circles. And I guess this is a bit worse than not turning in circles. I don't really know what to do now. What do we do, guys? Our car is flipped. Okay, so next up we've got the Bugatti Chiron or something. I guess that's what it's called. And like the last vehicle, it also has a button back here that's going to pop open the trunk. Fantastic. We can check out the engine, which looks fancy and whatnot. But we can also go ahead, open the front door. And yeah, I guess that's it. But I really like the design this one went with. You got this cool little curve on the side here. I don't know. I just like the shape of it right there. And it's got this, it looks neat. And all the front lights shining brightly. You know what? You're not gonna have any problems when it's nighttime. You got plenty of light right here. You'll be set, dudes. Like the last one, this vehicle also has this little suspension type thing, or just drop down or raise up. I don't really understand the real purpose of it. Are these trying to be hydraulics? Are you trying to go like up and down like, yo, I'm so pimp, yo, I got them hydraulics, or what is this? I don't really know the point of it, but I'm cool with it either way. Now, the final thing that this vehicle can actually do is it actually has something neat. It can actually pop up a spoiler. Look at that. The back right there. Oh, I love that. That's actually really neat. It's not much, but it is cool. Man, I feel like every vehicle I try and do a donut with, they all just flip. As soon as you get enough speed, they're just gonna flip in circles. Just wait for it, guys. Just wait. I'm just having fun trying to do a donut. And then, oh no, look. It flipped. Who would have thought that something like this would ever happen? Definitely not me. I didn't hint to it at all. Okay, next we are looking at the Pagani something. What the heck is this thing called? The Pagani Zonda Cinque. It's probably not how you say it at all, but it is my favorite vehicle, at least one of them out of this bunch. Just look at it. It's one of the like high class, super speedy cars. I don't even know, these things might be put into racetracks for God's sakes. Just look at this thing. It looks crazy. You got all of these little thin lips of whatever this is down here at the bottom, all along it. And then on the back, you got these crazy spoilers. Man, these spoilers look so cool. I cannot get enough of these things. And you got so much detail down here in the bottom. I just love it. And the wheels, everything about this thing looks so cool. Even, I don't even know what these are right here. I guess maybe these are exhaust pipes of sorts. I don't even know, because exhaust pipes are down here, right? I guess that's what those are. I don't know. Whatever. It's okay. It doesn't really matter, because what we care about is how this thing drives. So let's go ahead and hop on in by opening up the door. Ooh, ooh, those are some fancy doors. Do you see the way that thing opened? Oh, no, that was some fancy door opening right there. Okay, door closed, and we can now look at the front by opening up that. There we go. That opens up just like that. And the back, oh, that opens like crazy cool. You see how that thing opened? The thing opened and like, oh, just the whole thing went back. Okay, that's cool. But we can actually start driving this thing, and this thing has something that the other vehicles just don't have, which is if we start driving here and we press 6, we're gonna activate the thrusters, and we just, what? I just tried to go off a jump and I ended up going back from where I came. Like, what? That's the opposite of what I wanted, man. Okay, we're lined up once again, and we're definitely gonna make it this time. If we don't, I'm calling it quits. I'm the worst scrap mechanic driver of all time. But I don't think that's the case. I think we're gonna make this jump perfectly. You ready, guys? Here we go. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I'm the worst scrap mechanic driver of all time. Of all time. Okay, maybe it was the boosters. Let's just try driving off of this thing. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten a bit more driving speed before I did that. Okay, so I figured out why this thing is so hard to get off this jump. It's because it's so much wider than all of the other cars. I don't know how I didn't realize this sooner, but just look at this vehicle and then look at the jump. It's like the same width. If you don't get the line up perfectly, you're not gonna make the jump. And, I mean, that also happens too. But maybe it's just because this is a really low vehicle. Whatever, I'm not giving up on Scrap Mechanic yet. I'm not gonna accept that I'm the worst driver of all time. I think it's the vehicle. It's definitely not me. Definitely the vehicle. Not me. The vehicle. Even though I wasn't able to make that jump, guys, I'm not giving up all hope. I've got to make some jump on this thing. This thing has boosters that none of the other vehicles have. Like, just look at the air that got, and I wasn't even going off of a jump. That was insane. I got to find a jump that this thing can make it off of, and just see how far this thing can fly. I think that would be pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Let's just go off in this direction. I think this whole mountain here, I bet that could be a jump. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. And no! I just want a cool jump, just once. Just once. I want to show you guys how good of a driver I am. And I just keep failing. Every time. Okay, here it is, guys. I found the perfect spot. Here it goes. I don't care. I didn't land it. It doesn't even matter. That's it. I'm an amazing driver. I don't even care, guys. You knew it. You saw it. I at least got some air. I'm not the worst. Just at least tell me that. I'm not the worst. There is one more car that we have not taken a look at yet. And my God, it's the coolest one we've seen today. I don't even know how he's done it, but this thing looks absolutely insane. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It's another Pagani Zonda of sorts. I think it's the RVZ or something. Yeah, RVZ. And my goodness, does it look insane? I feel like every vehicle we've looked at has gotten cooler than the last, and my God, is that true with this one? I just love the whole color scheme. It's black and orange. It's so sleek and whatnot. But all there is one button here, and that'll actually open up that door. I believe there might be one here too. Yep, there's one here as well. Super cool. Now, with this vehicle, I actually think that, my God, there's so much room in this one. This is weird. There's too much room in this. That's gonna be kind of weird. But there's actually both seats control which door they open, so you got to be in this seat if you want to open that door, and this one if you want to close this one. But here we go, we can close that door, and you may already be noticing that there's not as many buttons on this vehicle because this thing doesn't have as many options. There's no trunk to open. It looks like all that's just closed up in the back, and the front's closed up as well. But this one does have one thing that the others do not, which is a radio. I know, right? How could all the other vehicles forgotten a radio? I don't know how they could have. But all in all, it still makes me happy that at least one vehicle could have remembered to put a radio in it. Okay, so we're a bit stuck, guys. Actually, no, we're out. Okay, we're cool. It's okay. Or not. We're just gonna keep crashing into stuff. It's cool. But yeah, this is the final vehicle of today, guys, and it just drives smoothly as all the others. I love it. All these vehicles came out so well. They all drove so well. They were all so neat, and I just absolutely love how they all came out. Now, if you actually do want to check them all out for yourselves, the creator of all of these vehicles that we looked at today was Pingu. I'll link him in the description so you can check him out for yourselves. But my God, I had so much fun driving these things. They all drove so friggin' well. I don't know how it's possible, but they all drove so well. They all looked so awesome. It was just fantastic. I had so much fun with them. But for now, guys, that is actually going to be where we are going to call it. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to let me know by leaving a comment and a like down below. Let me know that you did enjoy. But for now, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.